Alright, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new BMPTs which have been added in the new dev server. Now there are two variants of the BMPT being added. First you have the premium BMPT-72 and then you also have the normal BMPT. Both of these are at the same battle rating and are also structured very similarly. I guess they do have quite a big visual difference where the BMPT-72 kind of just looks a bit more advanced, I guess, or a bit more polished. Whereas this thing looks a bit more like a prototype, but you know, they will perform relatively the same. Now, BMPTs are essentially the armored IFVs. They have the hull of a T-72 or a T-90, and then they have a turret here with two 30mm cannons and 4 Ataka ATGMs, which you can already find on helicopters like the K-52 or Mi-28NM. Now, you only get 4 of these, so you don't have any reloads, so that is a bit of a drawback. And they're also placed a bit off-center to the turret, which means that if you want to engage someone right in front of you, you may just not hit them. That is an issue you will have, so you're going to have to either spam them if someone's rushing you, or just hope and pray that one of them does actually hit. Other than that, you do have the 30mm cannons. They don't have any AP FSDS, they only have APDS like the normal BMP2. In the dev stream, they said they chose to do that because it will keep the battle rating low. I guess they don't want it to face too many high BR things, or else, you know, it just get annihilated, which is why they've decided not to give it APD FSDS. Now, while we're talking about the armament, I guess we can already get to one main difference between these two tanks, and one of them is that the BMPT has access to 2 more crew members which man these little grenade launchers. You can see here, the X-ray for this tank isn't done, or at least it isn't as fleshed out as the one in the BMPT-72, so it's probably going to get worked on. But they're right here. They're the same launchers that you find on the BMP-2M, and they're pretty useless. I guess they can sort of create a temporary smoke screen on your enemy or in front of you, but other than that, they're not really too useful for really anything. Now, I guess the most important question about these tanks is how they'll actually perform on the live server, and to be honest, I'm not really too sure. At 10.3, you'll be facing tanks like the Leopard 2A4 or the M1 Abrams, which, you know, they're all really strong tanks, or even the ZTZs. And those tanks, you're going to have a real big difficulty petting from the front. Of course, you will have the ATGMs, but you only have 4 of them. So after you fire them all off, you're kind of going to have a really big issue because you don't have any AP FSDS. You only have the APDS, so you're going to have to get really side on to any target you're facing, and that may just be not very easy, because just like any other T-72, you can kill this thing by shooting the lower part of its hull, its driver port, or, you know, just straight through the side, because it does have quite a big ammo rack. I guess we can try and test it here on the live server. I guess we got Winter Polar, not exactly the nicest configuration to show off the oh my god, we got my engine taken out. What a wonderful map. Seems like they didn't really care about fixing the map design on this thing, but you know what, whatever. Hopefully we can just repair here, not die. Yeah, but the main map actually got revamped all the way down there in the city mostly. Over here looks like nothing has really changed. Right, a bit of a rough start there. Wasted a couple of my missiles, and I can't really push the point because then I'll kind of expose myself a bit too much, I find. But regardless, we can... Oh my god, that's not good. And there we go, the Ataka did absolutely nothing, and then I blow up. So yeah, that is maybe not exactly the most representative... oh, that was heat, actually. Representative display of gameplay there. We might as well try another round. You know, see how things go. Now this tank does actually come equipped with a, I'm going to call it IRST. Now that guy's a bit too far away for these Atakas here. Yeah, they only have 6-kilometer range, so there's no point in really trying to lock him. Instead, I'm just going to go straight to the point again, and then hopefully not get killed by, you know, a fire and forget missile. Now the commander view is a bit off-center, which is why I'm not actually going to use it now. There's some form of light tanks here. These are all not the dangerous ones though, so I'm just going to sort of start getting rid of them one by one. Would be helpful if I could see them. There we go. There's one, there's two. Still a bit scared of that helicopter. Oh, I'm getting lased. It's not good. Now this thing might actually be really good in hull down positions. So let's test that out here. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a SAM. Oh, sadly, it doesn't actually ammo rack anything there. Never mind. There we go. And there is something over there as well. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. Alright, now unfortunately I can't really see that Chinese tank. Don't really know where he went. Probably right up there. The problem is he can just HE me. I've actually died to Sheridan heat when it hit my launchers, so that's one way to get rid of this thing. The thing is I don't see him anymore. He's probably somewhere in cover there. Oh. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have a problem creeping up on me here. Oh, a Challenger. That's a Black Knight, so I can't really kill it using, oh wow. Yeah, he got me right in that driver port. Good shot, holy shit. But yeah, I can't really kill him using my ATGMs because he'll just use his APS against it. Alright, for the next battle, we're here on a bit more of an urban environment. The problem is, rushing in this thing is not very smart. But regardless, I'm gonna try and get here behind cover so that nothing bad happens. There we go. Oh, something bad happened. I am hopefully behind cover though, so yeah, that's that. Now I just have to wait for my engine to repair and then hopefully I can actually get to a bit more of a safer spot. Alright, I do hear a lot of things in front of me. There we go, let's get rid of that 2S38. The armor did actually do something there. There's another guy right over here. I don't know what I got there. Oh, that's the wrong side. There we go. It kind of threw that. Honestly, I could have done that with the first ATGM, but I forgot that it was firing from the right side first, so threw the game a bit there, but I did get him in the end. That was actually VT4A1, which does have the APDS, but not APDS, APS. But I guess that was maybe a bit too close to him to be able to actually do any damage. hopefully you have enjoyed this little preview video here. Admittedly, there isn't really much I could show, you know. In the end, it really is just T-72 with a BMP turret on top of it that may or may not be good at hold down positions. You know, maybe I'll make a video on other vehicles, probably not, but you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully you have enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one then. Bye-bye.